So we have the object that we created. I deleted the really large one. And now what I want to do with this is I want to make it have some kind of effect. Like, right, if I play right now and I can go and touch the flag and nothing happens, right? The flag's there and I can't run into it or do anything with it. So what I want to do is have something happen when I hit the flag. So what I'm going to do is go in back and edit it. And so I still have the tab open, so that makes it easy. And you'll see over here I have my default scene and my flag. And what I want to do now is add what is called a collision, because what happens is, right, and that's what they call it in this game is, or in Unreal, is when you hit an item, you collide with it. And so we're going to add, and you can search for collision, and you'll see there's a couple options. There's box collision, capsule collision, and sphere collision. What we're going to use is box collision, and it's just the shape of the item, right? If I show you capsule, I'll show you them, make them bigger so you can see what they look like. This one isn't too bad, right? This would work. It just makes it so that, you know, you get a wire frame around it. And so when your character touches that wire frame, we're going to be able to set up an event that it does something when that happens. And so we'll actually just leave it as that, right? We probably don't need it that tall. So what we're going to do is switch to, well, resize it down. What I need is to move it up, right? So that it actually covers the flag and doesn't go under the ground and stuff. So what we might want to do is compile just to make sure that it's good and hit save. It's one of those things I just try to do it early and often. And now and you'll notice it just called it capsule, but it doesn't say capsule collision. You might want to rename it and have it have collision just so that collision. I spelled it wrong, but rename typos. Oh no, it's spelled right. Okay. Maybe. No. Too many O's. Alright. So what we want to do is we're going to select one of these and have it, we're going to, while we have the capsule collision selected, on the right hand side under the details, we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And what we want is on component begin overlap. And this means, so when the player gets into it and hits it, we want something to happen. So we're going to click the little plus. So again, this is on the detail side on the right. Scroll down to the very bottom. You're going to say there's a couple of them. When it hits it or begins overlap, we want one begins overlap. So we're going to hit plus, and we get our first true look at what a blueprint looks like. So this is a blueprint, and how it works is that it's the start of a blueprint. This one is the blueprint for an event. Events are red, and it means that it's the start of something, that it's usually going. And you'll see that we have items that are coming out of it. These are just telling us this is information that we can get out of this event. And the easiest event that I know of that's in game, and I'm going to just close the details window a little bit, is we're going to click from outside of this. So, right, you just click on the little arrow that's at the top. This is saying that this is what it's going to execute. So it's what it's going to do when this happens. And you're going to click out here and you're going to type in print string. And what this does is it's just for debugging purposes. It's not really in gameplay, but it's just so that we could see that something happened when we did it. And it brings up this little window that says that what it's going to do is say hello, hello, and print hello on the screen. And you could click the little down arrow to get more information. And you'll see down here it says development only. That's what it means by it's not for like a published game. You won't ever see this in a published game, but for our purposes of what we're trying to do here. And it's like we could have it keep saying hello, but I'm going to change it to say touched flag. And I'm going to change the duration from 2 seconds, because that's not very long, to 10 seconds. And it also prints it to the log and it prints it to the screen, which are two really good things. And so now we're going to hit compile again. So we have code that we've done. This is the first blueprint, which is an event one. And we brought up a function blueprint, which is this blue one. And so it's going to do something. And what it's going to do is it's going to print to the screen the touched flag when we've overlapped the flag. So now we go back to our third person and we have our flag here and we're going to hit play. And now we're going to go and touch the flag. And you'll see over here on the right hand side of the screen, and I can do Shift F1 to move my mouse so that you guys could see. Over here on the left hand side of the screen it says touched flag. And then you see it when it disappeared. And so then when I come back and do it again, you can see it. And if I do it multiple times, it is saying that I'm touching the flag. So that's your first thing about all we did was create a collision that had it do something, which was just touching the flag.